Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Hey. It's your girl, Brandi Jenae, and Word on the Curve. We are back with another episode. We are talking Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 7. Nashville Hold 'em. The girls go to Nashville during this episode. First things first, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, so you can keep getting more reviews every week as the season moves on. And drop down in the comments and let us know what it is you thought about this week's episode. Before we get into Real Housewives of Atlanta this week, we're just going to start off with a few things. First, we just going to acknowledge the fact and talk about it a little bit. Mia Thornton took the time. I saw her posting last night. And I thought, and it's funny that I created a post, and I think I did upload it on YouTube as a post. Like, what is she up to? I think is kind of what I said. Because, right, what is she up to? So today she announced that she is leaving Real Housewives of Potomac. We know, what, a few weeks ago. This is the picture she posted when she announced that she officially moved to Atlanta, which, Giselle already put on right about living in Atlanta already. So what do we think about that news? What do y'all think about her leaving Housewives of Potomac, moving to Atlanta, and putting her bid in for Atlanta? It seemed like as Atlanta was starting. What y'all think?
I hope not. I mean, she can go on. I don't think she need to be on Atlanta.
Can I tell you the truth? As much as I don't necessarily care for Mia in all her antics, I would take her over Brit.
Okay, yeah, true. I would take her over Brit.
Take her over Brit for sure. Yeah, hands down. I don't like the antics that she pulled, but and we'll get more into this episode. But sometimes it's okay if you're funny. Like she got those little funny things too. You know what I mean? Even with her like dumb moments. So I would definitely take her over Brit. Like I'm kind of like, yeah, but ultimately I'm gonna say, Mia, you probably should sit this out. Reconnect with your kids. After the last season we had with Potomac and that whole storyline, you need to regroup, and you don't need to do that in front of the camera. Like, go ahead, take care of your family, get them squared away, get those paternity tests done and over with, make sure Gordon is okay, and then maybe we'll see you again.
No,
unless you're on YouTube like everybody else, maybe we'll see you sooner than we think.
No, I don't think she belongs on this show because I'm looking for fabulousness. I really am. I want more of the shit she is, honey. But she not. Yeah, well, she's not even gonna be a part.
She can fit in with the rest of the posers.
Well, yeah.
That's why when she saw them, that's why she like, oh, I need to go over there. Like, right, exactly. Which for that case, you probably did. Because Potomac is, even though we got Karen who is currently serving out her sentence, but they are more like the Desperate Housewives, you know what I mean? Type of suburban housewives type of deal. Atlanta is not that. Yeah, Atlanta the hot girls. Yeah. Atlanta the hot girls. Moving right on along, y'all. If y'all was on the live with us Friday, you know that as we ended that live, we was waiting on Kenya to start to drop the video. She did not. She came in the next day on her Instagram, apologized to everybody, let us know it was some technical difficulties. Now look, here I go. How many people do it take to upload a video on YouTube?
Girl, wait a minute. Hold on. Remember I don't know what season it was when Kim was on there, but remember when they were bidding for against each other for producing
Cynthia's commercial. Yeah, guess what? Real quick, I just started watching that season. It's season 8. I started watching today. I went back and I'm like, I kind of want to see this season over again because a lot of funny stuff happened on that season.
Okay, so season 8, and she act like she was such this great producer and everything. And here, all you had to do is edit it, because actually we seen most of it the night before, and looks like it was already done on the 15th, before the 15th. My thing is, you'd have made us go through from the 15th to the 19th, Good Friday, Resurrection Weekend, to wait on this.
My thing was, at least she got it out before Sunday. I felt like if at all costs, like, you probably needed to get that out before this next episode, which I was actually pretty surprised we got an episode last night too, y'all. I actually thought they were not going to air an episode. But
usually they announce
I'm just like, at this point, because Kenya's gone, you might as well go ahead and get this video out, because that's how TV works. You out of sight, out of mind. We're not about to think about you very much at this point. That's even on this channel. After we kind of discuss a little bit of her confessional, we're done with Kenya. I mean, until I guess now she says she coming back week to week, so we're gonna see what that looks like. I hope that she doesn't try to do like a Dr. Heavenly thing and, like review the Real Housewives episodes. I much prefer her just kind of show us more of the salon, just show us more of that type of stuff. Oh, speaking of, girl, honey, she did sneak this in on her stories, though. I told y'all Mark was over there at the house, honey. I told y'all Mark was over there at the house. Looking down and out.
Girl, baby. Throw it away.
Throw it away, honey. Throw it away. Yeah, I just had to put that in there real quick. But anyway, let's get on. So she can finally go ahead and drop it. And that was a dud, because she dropped it in the middle of the day. By that time, even anybody who was looking for it, it's in the middle of the day. We outside doing whatever, or doing laundry, whatever it is that we had planned for the day, because you told us you was bringing the video on Friday.
Yeah.
But we did watch it. What did you think overall? Now, listen, I thought when you said about the production and stuff, funny thing is, I thought it was actually a pretty good video for what it was worth.
It was a good video. Actually, she came across very likable. She really did. I mean, because the character she portrayed on the Housewives was different than what I saw as the YouTube Kenya. I like. I can sit and watch her videos. She looked nice. It wasn't like, she didn't go in there and just go crazy on her, She was very demure. She was sophisticated. I really enjoyed it. But most of the stuff we kind of already knew. Her receipts were not receipting, because she could have gave us a drop. She said it was a porn site. Should have told us the porn site, I think. She should have said the name she went up under. So that way, even though she did, we could go over there and see if we wanted to, if it's supposed to be still up. I think that's what she should have dropped.
Well, maybe that might be a bit much to go telling somebody where it is. Hi, thanks for joining us, Kevin. Let us know what you thought about this week's episode. We haven't gotten into the episode just yet. We just discussed it, Kenya and her confessional really quick. We want to go ahead and just get that out the way. But I do agree, like, the receipts didn't really receipt. 8. Okay, you're gonna rate it an 8. All right. The receipts didn't really receipt. I think that what I left the confessional thinking was she got something strategic that is probably with the network. I don't know, because she seemed to really be honed in on that, which oddly enough, I feel like everybody is talking about it toward the end of her video, when she started to kind of compare the other housewives and the different incidents and things that went on. It sounded a lot like Nene, right? Don't we remember her kind of giving Nene her ass to kiss? Nice to meet you too. You know what I'm saying about it. And so now it's like, well, there must be some truth to it, even though we watching it. And we're gonna get into some more of what, at least something that I feel like vindicated Kenya just in this episode, oddly enough.
Yes.
And so yeah, you know, so I don't know. I'm kind of gonna we'll keep our ear to the ground and see like how it unfolds behind the scenes as it pertains to Kenya. She did make it clear that she had been invited to the reunion and then disinvited.
Yes.
And so I'm wondering, like, I wonder what maybe happened for that to happen. But it do seem like we're gonna see how she handles the reunion and I guess the aftermath. And also we noticed, listen, they don't see it for Kenya though. They like, girl, you can go and kick rocks. Because even with the after show, I think this is the first year that, oh no, it's not the first year the Housewives had an after show. But they got an after show and now they're gonna start airing it, I think, next week. So even with that, even the ladies are not about to go back and discuss anything else that happened prior to. So good for Kenya that she got it out. We're gonna see what she got coming up for us in the weeks to come. Cause she sounds like she ready to be a little YouTuber like the rest of us, girl. And I agree. Kenya this season, oddly enough, she came in and seemed like she was gonna be a little likable. I think it feels like Angela was fighting for that villain role, and girl, you had it. You didn't even need to, but Kenya, you know, bit the dust. So let's get on into Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 7, Nashville Hold 'Em. Okay, the girls go to Nashville. I'm gonna let Angela, word on the curb, make sure you follow both of us. I'm gonna let her go ahead and take over with some of the outlines so we can discuss what happened on this episode.
Okay, we start off with Brit fake buying a car. And she, because we ain't see her walk away with nothing. Didn't sign no paperwork. So she's talking about her husband told her that every 2 years she's supposed to get a new car. She said, happy wife, happy life. And then she throws up her leg up in the car, says, if you can't have sex in a car, you have no business buying it. Okay, so what did you think about that scene?
Well, I thought that, you know, this is why she's not a likable character. Which one is it, girl? Are you this sex kitten? Or are you upset that you've been exposed for being a sex kitten? I don't understand.
I think she upset.
Brit lie, yeah. Brit lie.
You see what Tasha said?
And there's something fishy about this, like, marriage. This whole, like, you gotta prove that y'all married. You gotta remind him that he said you can. And even that, listen, they've been married for 3 years. Where is you told me I could get a car every 2 years? Why y'all at the car lot this year then? Because that would be an off year, right?
Girl, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I can't count.
All I know is I seen on Instagram Tasha K supposed to be interviewing the guy who's supposed to have been with him allegedly.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Tasha, just make sure you don't get no more lawsuits.
She called the lawyer right then and there. She called the lawyer and said she's going to air it. So
okay, yeah, just have all your T's crossed and your I's dotted.
Yes.
Honey.
So
I think Brit boyfriend is on the low. Ooh.
He looked like it.
He on the low with something. He looks shady. That's what I say. I give him that. I don't know about nothing else, but he looks shady. And the situation looks shady. And it looked like she is trying really hard to prove that she's, I don't know, worthy of something. But Brit, I'm not here for it. Yeah, I'm not here for it.
Okay, so then we have Angela and Drew. Angela is clocking it. She clocking all the lies. So Drew comes over, and Drew has some kind of light with Lee beer cocktail bag, $5,795 worth of bag. And so they come over there
from Amazon. Let me cut in real quick. Y'all not gonna lie and tell me Drew don't give like knockoff. Drew ain't paid no $5,000 for that handbag. As a matter of fact, I probably got that doggone purse linked in my Amazon storefront. Okay. She got that from Amazon. Allegedly. Because Drew is broke too. Like, she gives broke.
Girl, you see where her sister was dressed? Oh my God. Going to the attorney's office?
She has been doing better though. Like, it's better than when she first came on. Oh, and it's definitely better than Angela. Angela, we got to hurry up and get you some help, girl. And not you got the nerve to be slew-footed with them big feet. Poor baby. Oh my God.
12. Huh. But anyway,
dragging them boats around like that.
My little sister the same way though. Is she called? But anyways, so Angela lets her know she called. What do you got down there?
So she got it from the hood and just selling all kinds of fakes, Chanel's and all that stuff. Yeah. I think one of the housewives clocked her on some knockoff stuff last season or the season before. But I believe it. Drew is barely making it. This is probably the first season where she's getting even a real paycheck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, which is why we're gonna get to it, which is why we're so eager. But let's go. But
so
she talked to Marcus. Mm-hmm.
She talked to Marcus, and Marcus said, I don't know them. They ain't my cousins.
Ain't no cousin.
You know what I'm saying? I was just joking. You know, Bravo is shady. They took it right back. No, girl, you didn't say that. And she tries to say, well, you know, we do. My mom said we got the same last name. Girl, it just means the slave owner.
And let me tell you this. You know what I thought about? I thought about the fact that her mother is adopted. Girl, your mama don't know her family.
Girl, look how black them people. Never mind.
I'm just saying, your mama don't even know her family. So how's she gonna come and tell you about who the cousin is? She don't even know.
Be her husband's family. What
is her name?
Wouldn't it be
like, I ain't trying to run the lady down about being adopted, and I don't want to look, and I don't want nobody to catch no strays because it ain't nobody's fault. But I am saying that would be a downfall to being adopted is the fact that you probably don't have the information to your birth parents and to that information. You only, which they talked about that first season, Drew's first season, they talked about her not knowing her biological family, only having the attachment to her adopted family. Yeah, so
but that would be her maiden name, so that would be her husband's name, Jordan, not her mother's name.
Well, whichever one. But again, she wouldn't know. Because I said she don't know her family. Okay. Now the lies. Okay. The lies. Okay.
All righty. And then they talk about the peace brunch. And Angela said the food was halfway good. The grits wouldn't cook right. And it was like a sour lemonade. It was not a peace brunch.
Monster, ain't she?
Girl, ain't she, girl?
But you want to know something also? Angela from Chicago. Listen, I am very judgy about food. So if she said them grips were stiff, they were stiff then. I believe her. Like, I say she a little shady monster, but I'm also saying if she telling you that something was up with that food, something was up with that food. Because don't nobody know food like somebody from Chicago, baby. Chicago
had a taste up there.
Down.
But the taste of Chicago going on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all have that taste of Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, she said them grits needed to cook a little longer. She's right.
So we take a turn over to Kelly's, like she's having a dinner party, and there's Cynthia, Porsha, and Shamia. that's in attendance, and I don't know who the other lady was. Somebody that was
my sister.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And Cynthia's talking about dating younger men and how younger men want the auntie, which is her.
Me too, girl. That's so funny. Even as soon as I turned 40, I'm not like I probably had younger men hit on me prior to, but like when I turned 40, it was like a whole different thing. Like almost that's probably more who I get hit on more than other men. Is young men. In their 20s, 30s, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So then Kelly, she talked about her dog was missing and finally got it back, so she dyed it fur. That dog look a hot damn mess. She didn't it's not cute. I hate it.
I kind of feel like, right, ain't you supposed to like chip? I don't know what that, I guess it worked for her. Like maybe she thought the dog would be distinct, so maybe she could find it faster. I don't know.
I mean, but maybe a piece of hair or something, but I wouldn't have did all that. It's not even a good dye job.
It doesn't look like it.
It just look a mess to me.
Yeah, it didn't look like it. But I like seeing them kind of had a Kiki together over
yes. Mm-hmm. So they talk about the peace brunch also. And Porsha, so they talk about the peace brunch, then we kind of go over to Brit, and she's talking to her husband about Angela, talking about the investigation or whatever. Angela, and basically she's like, Angela don't know what she's talking about, but she knows she did. Then she drops the tea that Charles had a baby on Angela. Which Wendy was
kind of like guilty, but this coming from the girl who in the first scene just told us that she had days she couldn't even get out the bed because of what Kenya did. So it seemed to me that you would just leave that alone. But now we seeing what, because remember Porsha did say on her YouTube, she say Brit and Angela are gonna bring the heat. So we seeing what it is. Clearly, it's going to be surrounded around this child. Porsha also said that with the Charles, when she said she don't know nothing about no men's, she said, I'm sure Angela and Charles are doing fine after what they went through.
Yes.
So, I guess it is going to come out. We do have to talk. Maybe we'll get back on here Friday once we get some more information, because Angela in the blogs, honey, doing some some foul fraud or some type of stuff allegedly. But we're going to figure that out.
Really? I missed that.
I know. Like...
With fraud, with the real estate,
everybody was too busy wrapped up waiting on Kenya to drop this video. That information is out. It came out, but it just really kind of slid right on through, So I don't have a lot of details. I think she kind of misappropriating some funds here and there. I don't know. We're going to get into it, though. We're going to figure it out. By the time Friday comes, we're going to figure it out. But honey.
Is it a criminal case or is it just something?
No, I think it might be something, more civilly type of, maybe, just kind of some funky business practices.
Oh, where she could lose her life.
Like your usual housewife business.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just happened to be new, so we just discovering hers. Right? Usual housewife business when you start exposing their funds. So
we're back to Angela and Drew. And Drew talks about the text message that she got from Brit. And she did her impersonation. I thought it was pretty good.
Not too bad.
And then, because Brit wants to meet with her to have drinks and see if they can get on the better playing field with each other, I guess. And so Angela asks her about the divorce. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's the end of that scene. End scene. What you think about that?
I mean, it was cute. It was a scene. Like I said, I guess we're gonna wait. Oh, you forgot that Angela talked about the trip to Nashville. Because at the same time, Porsha was over talking to Kelly and Cynthia about going to Nashville. She was saying she didn't invite Drew. Angela is at her house.
Yes, I was about to jump because they go back and forth. So that was going to be after.
Oh yeah, well go ahead and go right into it because we already kind of depicted that scene.
Yes, so we got Porsha says she's moved on from Drew. We're back at Kelly's house, and Porsha talks about her birthday trip. Porsha didn't invite Drew. You know, they were all like on the Zoom. So then we're back at you know, they back and forth the house and shit. They had Angela talking about it to Drew at her house about the invite and about the +1. I guess when she asked her on the Zoom about the +1, Porsha said like she couldn't hear her or whatever. She didn't make things clear. So Porsha should have gave her a definite hell no, but since she didn't, she's bringing her +1.
Right.
So, what do you think about all that?
I mean, I thought, listen, it's a cast trip. So at the end of the day, we knew Drew was going to get there somehow. But here's what I did think about, y'all. Have y'all paid attention to this is Porsha's first cast trip that she's hosted? She did back in, I can't remember the season, but when they did the Houston, they went to Houston to do the hurricane.
Yes.
Yeah. But when nobody fooling with her, that was when she came back after the Candy Phaedra scandal. So wasn't nobody fooling with her. So she went with her and her sister and Cynthia ended up ditching her for Kenya. So, you know, so I'm saying that to say that was a flop. And we hadn't seen Porsha host any other trips any other time at part of her housewife tenure. So yay for Porsha and her official first cast trip to Nashville. Now, here's the other thing I was trying to figure out. Are we at the, oh no, we ain't got to where they got there yet. I'll wait for that. But I mean, like I said, I figured Drew would get there. It makes sense that Porsha is not going to invite her. So, you know, Angela, it falls to her to be the one to get her there. So that is the job that Angela is on.
Okay, yeah. She's clocking in.
So
we got Kelly teaching her daughter how to drive.
Yeah, the thing was Cowboy Carter, baby. Cowboy Carter gonna be wore the hell out by the time we get there.
Like, yes, honey. We didn't. My brother asked me about that this weekend. He said, "Why is everybody doing the cowboy thing?"
Yeah,
I think it's boots on the ground, Beyonce.
Right, exactly.
So after she took her daughter driving, we got Shamia in the studio. Angela, she's talking to her son about her face. We come to find out that she went and got some Botox because when she got her nose done, it was pinched too small, as in the Jackson nose.
Point that out.
So, the little boy, she asked him about it. I can't remember exactly what he said. He said she looked like something.
She looked like a Pokemon or something, right? Something like that. Oh, something the Yoshi. The Yoshi from oh yeah, that was bad because I remember like thinking about it. It's the Mario character, the little dinosaur thing. Oh yeah.
I don't know video games.
Well, that's funny because I feel like it's a classic one though. You know what I mean? Like it's not kind of one of them ones. Oh yeah, Drew's EP is good. Drew and
it is.
Drew and Dennis, they did their little thing.
They sure did.
Now, I don't know if it's going to be as successful as what she is looking for, but the music is good.
It's very good. I like it.
So, but yeah, it was the little Yoshi Carrie Pope, baby. She tried. Well, listen, Angela cannot be 37 because she does act like
she's not 37. That's Brit. She's supposed to be 40. Okay. She's supposed to be 43, but you see,
I couldn't tell if she was playing or if she was for real. That's what I was like, girl. And even at 43, I'm 44. Like, honey, you older than me. Like,
Girl, I'm 52.
I'm
so
like,
I'm like,
let me see your birth certificate.
Unless that oldness coming from that old man, I don't know. Because she does give older. She gives Cynthia's age.
Well, we're gonna get to that. Let's hold that question until we get to that part in the episode. Come on.
Okay. So what was the question? I didn't see it.
Oh, do we think Drew and Dennis smashing?
Anyway. So her face was puffed. Okay.
Yeah.
So then we have Cynthia and Porsha talking about, I guess, Simon.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we go from Drew and Brit having drinks. My favorite drink, lemon drops.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking about the peace brunch, and Drew just told her how she felt. She just felt like she was gloating at the fact that Kenya is no longer there, and she's a bit taken back. And
yes, she was.
Drew asked her several questions. And Drew asked her, "Did you ever sell it?" She said, "So what?"
And here's what you clocked in, because I mean, somebody had to ask it, and Kenya not there. Like Kenya not there to run that ball. So Drew, here you are.
Yes. She said, "Have you ever done porn?"
What she say? That she just sat on the webcam naked with her friend and talked about stuff.
Girl. The whole thing when she said that she did it for a week and they made a lot of money, but you only did it 1 week and you were in your 20s. You were bold enough to do it for 1 week and you couldn't do it no more. And you just sitting there naked.
It was fake to me. What was fake? I thought it was strange. Yeah. No, I'm not buying it. Brit, this is the thing with Brit, like I said in the beginning, it's like you trying to play with this narrative. It's not cute. It go back to that little Mia thing with the paternity and stuff like that. Like, this stuff you dabbling in is not cute. You know what I mean? Like, because it's like, on one end, if you did it, you did it. I think I don't remember whose podcast I was listening to. But they made an excellent point about I think it was Carlos King's last Monday night live, but just made a good point about her using that teenage or underage, just to kind of leave in the gray area of not being clear how old you were, not being clear how you made this decision. You know what I mean? Like, because like what we said when I told you, as soon as she said webcam, I'm like, she had to be young, because they had to. They don't call it that. They call it OnlyFans today. You know what I mean? But that's the idea of what the webcam was.
I know how many years ago was that?
Again, 15, 20. Right. This is back when stuff is start. You know what I mean? Like, internet was just kind of powering up. If you 37, what I say, 15, 20 years ago, that's what she was doing, webcam. But I agree, it would be nice for you to, instead of playing around with whether somebody's doing something illegal, with you just being open and honest about your story and about how you got there. Mia kind of could have did that same thing when it came to her and her situation, but here she is now. She peddling the streets of Atlanta, trying to get on Real Housewives of Atlanta, because she just couldn't, be true to her story in the beginning. That's where Brit really, outside of the incident, that's where she really is losing most everybody. Like, you're not interested, and you're not really using the things that could make you interested. You're not using that to your benefit.
No. And Mia's gonna be on Love and Hip Hop.
Looking like you, in the words of Kenya Moore, a cheapo at that. No.
No, I was saying Mia gonna be on Love and Hip Hop, not Atlanta Housewives.
That's true. Drew and Brit. Okay, you thought the scene was fake? Yeah, of course it was. I think anything Brit does is a little fake. Yeah. Just with the nasally nose. I don't know. She is fake. Yeah. She's not interested. And Drew be trying. Drew's an actress. Drew just come. She show up.
Yes.
Tell a scene and she gonna give you one. Okay. Now we don't know if it's gonna be good or bad, but she gonna give you a scene.
Okay. So Brit asked Drew about the comment she made to the ladies about her recognizing somebody in the pictures or whatever, and somebody was in her DMs or something to that effect. And
who
she said,
is reaching out to Drew to tell her anything?
Well, anyways, she asked her, "How you know the dick? Did you suck it?"
Good one.
Did you do fellatio on that?
Right.
How you know it? She's like, "No, I was just joking." You got 2 jokes, Drew. Are you the comedian tonight?
Okay.
Shoot. So
the
where we at?
Comedian.
Girl, the shade comedian for real.
Ain't nobody reached out to Drew. Drew is doing Kenya's dirty work right now. That's what that's Drew. Drew is kind of trying to do what it is we was not seeing with Kenya, which is wrapping this kind of thing up. That's what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So ain't nobody reached out to Drew.
So Drew goes on to emphasize.
Like no one. Right. Nobody reaching out to Drew with a DM. If anybody reaching out to Drew, it'll be one of them hoes your husband might be dealing with, but it ain't nobody to tell you about somebody else's.
So, okay, find my lip gloss. But so she goes on, and they talk about the situation and how Drew then empathizes with Brit. You know, because you know how it was with her being on social media, how they did with her character and this and that and a whole bunch of blah, 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 blah. Moving forward.
Cry me a river, because Drew assassinated her own character. Nobody did that.
Because you know what? One thing I was listening to Drew's songs the other day. And I got to thinking about, remember when Drew first came on? She made a big motherfucking deal about that damn bishop that couldn't do her baby's whatever, called the girl
a baby blessing. Oh, God, that was
to listen to this, her album, talking about when she was a good girl gone bad or something like that, how she might just go. I'm like, oh, okay.
So it might have been her that was dealing with the pastor, huh?
No, I'm just saying how she just
look at me starting stuff.
The album, I mean, for her to be so Christian, this song is not.
Girl, listen. Do you know how many devils sitting up in the church? Like, listen, that is where you're supposed to be.
She made a big deal about it.
Huh?
It don't make you deal about it. She made a big deal about it.
Remember how fake that was? Remember how flat that felt? You know what I mean?
No,
like, it was kind of like, girl.
And them having church at the house, all that. All for her to come out with this, I mean, nice album. But honey, it's a sinner album over here. It's truly
okay.
So you had this good girl persona and Holy Ghost, whatever, and we come through a couple seasons later, honey, and you giving it up.
Drew would do anything for a check. Drew is trying to get the money. She is like Sheree 2.0. She is like Contessa 2.0. Like she gonna be in every scene. She gonna mollywop and do whatever she needs to do to get a check.
Okay, so that's it.
That's it.
The next thing we go to, which I thought was good, was Ralph and Drew.
Lord.
She's so concerned about, the unsealing of the divorce document that I'm like, okay, but you just blast him because you had your lawyer to say all the things he was, allegedly had done. Because if you don't want your kids to know, why are we even saying this on TV?
That's what I'm confused about. Also, with the documents, I put a note. Let me see where it's at. I wrote a note about it as I was watching, because I'm saying, here we go back with Drew always kind of being this actress and performing, you know, and putting on. And some of this issue feels a little performative or like a performance. And maybe it is out of some truth. I mean, clearly they are getting a divorce. Nobody's like creating that. Clearly, Ralph is trying to take her through the ringer. We can see that, you know, but with the whole, like you say, I don't quite understand why that's so important. And like you said, here you are on reality TV, just even during this season at all, discussing it to show up. It seemed to me like if you wanted to protect your kids from this, that you wouldn't be here at all. But again, we know you need the money, girl. Okay. So with that being said, reason why I'm saying it feels a little performative, because also this is behind the scene. We know that they did, unseal them, and yet nobody's come out with any real information about anything that was in there as of yet. That does, maybe ain't nobody decided to look for it. Maybe it's coming. But what I thought is interesting is, so it seemed to me that it ain't really nothing in there. So I'm just saying that to say, I think this was just a put on. Again, like you just kind of are exaggerating and playing up one thing. You pulling a Mia, and I guess maybe that's the name.
Because I was like, why is she crying?
Through he is.
Well, she let him be on the show, so whatever.
He seemed like he got about as much screen time as she does.
Yes, and got a confessional.
Yeah, and a confessional. I didn't like. He is so slimy to me. I for me with her, and I guess maybe it was because of the kids, stuff like that. I really wish that she just would be done with him. Like, I don't know if you can give him a check to send him on his way. Do that. Like, get thee behind me, Satan. That, like, for real.
But do you think, okay, so when they left out of the proceedings, she didn't get anything she wanted. She didn't get Ralph's, supposedly not his financial records. I wonder why not. He didn't have to move. According to him, he pays the bills over there. So I want to know, maybe I need to look at these dang on divorce proceedings and find out what's in them documents.
Oh, yeah, I do
that
remember.
She's crying about.
Cousin Courtney, is that who you talking about? I'm sorry, Kevin said to remember who's Courtney.
Yes.
Yeah, Cousin Courtney.
Cousin Courtney got on my nerves because she seemed like they was messing around.
Yeah, she was too thirsty.
It was kissing cousins.
She was too right. Now she might be in them documents, but again, it seemed like I say nobody's really talked about and said like, "Oh my God," you know what I mean, on either end for either one of them. So, like I say, it just seemed like something y'all was just making a big deal about, like, and even for her on her end, because I think that, and not for nothing, and I'm gonna go back to like, if you ever find yourself in a toxic like situation or relationship, sometimes it is hard to like get out of it because you have the same reactive type of behaviors, you know what I'm saying, as the person that's coming, provoking you. So like I say that like with her, I'm thinking maybe you didn't need to worry about that. Maybe you need to press on. I don't know what the next step in like requiring him to give his finances, but then maybe you say, you know what, like just have him move out and I'll pay, you know what I mean? Like, or whatever, we'll sell the house and I don't, and maybe that's easy to say, like, maybe like, because I'm not in that situation, maybe that's easy for me to like say, but I feel like I would want my peace more than anything. And after a little while, I'll be willing to probably cut off my right arm to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't get out of my face. And I'm going to take this too. I don't know if we got there yet about that court scene. But this is another thing that agitates me with Drew, and even with going to this Dennis Porsha storyline. You have a storyline right there. Like how she didn't, she's hurt, she want to cry, but you don't want to cry on camera. Why not? What you going through is sad. Why, like, why can't you lean into that? Like, why are you agitate or attempting to agitate Porsha on purpose with her baby daddy? Like, it's so thirsty.
Yeah. But my thing is, remember when they bought the home and he brought the home while she wasn't even there?
Yeah, well, he moved. I think they moved. Yeah, I don't. No.
The way she stated it, he bought that home because he went to closing without her.
Okay.
So my question is,
storyline.
So could that be the reason why he don't have to leave?
I feel like watching these housewives go through divorces, I've heard a few different things. I think it does have something to do if he's, and maybe that's why they want the finances to prove that he is paying for it. It would have something to do with it. And then sometimes it has something to do about abandoning the marriage, about taken the fault. There we go. I think that's what I'm trying to get to. And so, at least to me, and I think many other situations, that's usually what the person is fighting. Is like wanting the fault to fall on them, or wanting to be responsible financially. Maybe it's not cool that you financially responsible for a house you don't live in. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it don't seem that fair in theory. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's what I'm saying with Drew. Like, just to get rid of him, why don't you just get rid of him and pay your own stuff? Like, I would be willing to do that. Get him out your pocket. But there's a reason why he in her pocket. And they in on the scheme, because I think that's what he does with her, is just kind of like know that he can expose her in some type of way.
Could be. Mm-hmm. Or I just think it's all a storyline too. Are they divorced yet?
No, not officially, not that I've seen anywhere. If anybody's seen that, drop down in the comments and let us know. But I haven't seen that anywhere. I did call myself Googling, because I was going to say, like, if I could go see the records. I don't even know how you do nothing like that. But like I said, I don't think it's much in there.
Okay.
Kevin says he's gaslighting the shit out of her. Yeah, he is. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it seemed like he knows that he got something over her or something. I don't know.
But time will tell.
Yeah.
Okay. So she calls him an ass and she was crying. He said it was time that they needed transparency in his confessional. Jesus. So now we're the girls are getting ready to go on the trip. The women are all on the air on the plane except for Angela. Angela misses her flight. The women didn't even notice she wasn't even there.
Till they landed in damn Nashville, child. Po thing.
And she got that thing. She going through the change of life. She got to be.
She got to be. Yeah, she got to be.
I mean, because she got is really.
Be. Girl, you looking crazy out here in these streets. Real crazy. And I mean, like, super crazy, because like, even what she doing, like, we in 2025. Who the hell running around like that because they got a hot flash? It's too much stuff around. Like, you got the little fan that's got the two little fans on the end. Like, I ain't seen no female that, like that have a hot flash doing all that.
No, I don't really know.
Maybe you know what it is? She's in denial about it. And listen, ladies, let me just throw this in here, because I feel like that's, for women, it's so sensitive about I'm not in menopause. Now the funny thing is, you go through all of your little prime, like wishing that doggone Auntie Flo would stay the hell away. Like, you don't have to come visit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then when you get to the point where those signs are coming for her to go on about her business and go bother somebody else, then women get you have an attachment to it or something. Like now your period is your badge of honor. No, I am okay with the course of life. Okay, like the fact that, like, this is where we are in life. So bye, see you later, sayonara. Now I can do without looking like her and sweating like a slave.
Girl, I wouldn't be wearing no damn wig.
And it's that too. Like, yeah, I'm like, girl, you need to get it together.
What's all up under there?
Let me go visit Dr. Jackie and get you some hormone shots or something.
Yes, go get that O shot.
You need to go do something. Go see somebody's doctor. Go talk to them, because you look crazy out here in these streets.
Yes,
you look crazy out here in these streets.
She probably got what all they be putting on there when they put them wigs on. She got the protective thing on there.
Oh yeah, like the cap, the ball cap. Yeah, and that's another thing. That's why I never really got into wigs a lot. I wore sew-ins, I wore quick weaves, ponytails, all kind of stuff like that. But them wigs are hot. They are. I had times when I would have one and I'd be ready to take that doggone thing off in the middle of the day. Like, if this thing don't get off my head, I tell people, like, I don't know how y'all wear that every day, all day. They do get hot. But again, if you're going to change on top of putting that on your head, then you need to go sit in somebody's doggone chair, go get you a prescription. Like I said, go let Dr. Jackie give you a shot. Go do something. Get some hormone replacement therapy. Because that is crazy. And you Angela Oakley, like, you walking around here like you Pookie's wife from New Jack City or something. What is going on?
You know what? If she come back next season, she gonna be together. She gonna see how
she gonna have to be. And baby, like I said, honey, like, and we need a stylist ASAP. Like, oh.
She dressed old, look old.
Girl, like, pick your feet up. And you too tall to like for real. She's too tall to be sliding her feet across the ground like that. Like, who? And I'm now coming from Chicago. I'm surprised that nobody tell you about it. Pick your feet up, girl. You telling us what size shoe you wear and how tall you are. What can see? What the? You telling us? Do you know? Like,
you just big. It ain't doing this.
And he's sliding them across the ground, right? He's sliding them across the ground.
Oh.
Yeah. Sliding them big boats across the doggone ground. Yeah. You pick your foot up, girl. And like, look, she don't have no hips. Like that's the thing. And going back, I'm gonna use Lizzo as an example, just because, of course, girl, you wanted to lose weight because the stuff you were showing up in was not, it wasn't flattering. It has nothing to do with fat shaming, body shaming, any of that. When you show up and walk out, women, we want to look flattering, like you. So that's the thing with Angela, like that outfit she had on when once she did get to, I think, and maybe was this same day when they was going out. We'll get there. Yeah, but that outfit that was a pretty regular outfit, you know what I mean? Like just lace, but it's just like, girl, you don't have the top, you know what I mean? Like you got to know how to dress your body. Like you do. And I guess the best way to learn how to do that is to love your body and don't be looking at it trying to figure out like what you can have different about it. Figure out how to get what you need with what you got and accentuate it. Okay, that's what we do. Okay.
I think I'm going to have to go back and see if I can find Angela's old photos and see what was so wrong with her nose. That's what make you want to
because that probably was the wrong thing to go fix.
You think she needs some braces on her feet? She needs
I'm just saying, like, it seems like you might have could have spent that money somewhere else. Like, I ain't really sure where, but maybe it didn't need to be on your nose.
Girl. Okay,
maybe in your closet. I don't know.
Okay, so the girls, they didn't notice she was there, but did you notice when they were all sitting at the table talking and stuff? Okay, that's before we go there. They get there, they go, they get to the nice house, and Cynthia wants them to go ahead and tell us what rooms we're gonna be in, because Cynthia knows how I go. What's the room assignment or whatever? I just thought it was pretty effed up that they put Cynthia up there with the other girls.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't Angela have to go up there? I mean, Cynthia's an OG.
I didn't think much about it, honestly. I didn't think nothing was wrong.
Angela got a suite. And
Angela hot and old. She need a suite.
She not old as damn Cynthia.
Well, Cynthia ain't running around with a fan.
Yeah, that's her problem.
You know what I'm saying? Like Cynthia running around like auntie. This one running around like granny.
Yeah, I wouldn't give a damn. She younger than me. I would not be up there with all of them little girls.
Like, I didn't necessarily. I like even when that's funny that because I didn't like it. I didn't even notice it until you just brought it up. I did hear her say, "Well, I'm gonna give Angela this suite." And I think when I that's the explanation I gave myself. I said, yeah, I give it a suite too, because she probably gonna need to be cool. Like, and I thought about my mom. I thought about my mom. Like, if I ever have to room with her, she has to have the air on, Arctic. And it's so uncomfortable.
Well, she should have been in that bunk bed room then.
For them to be off to themselves and on their own, so they can be as comfortable as they need to be without making everybody else uncomfortable.
But she could have been in that bunk bed room that they're gonna give Drew. Cynthia could have got a better room.
So Brit was telling the truth about, oh yeah, look that way. I think Angela trying to I don't think she wanted it to be out.
Remember Wendy Williams? They brought up an old clip from when Wendy Williams talked about it.
Right, but even after that clip, Angela came and tried to and said that's not true. She didn't know where she got that from. So that's what I mean. Like, it seems like even because everybody clocked it when she said the kids' ages. She left that boy out, and you could kind of see that it must have been in between. She cleaned it up by explaining that they had a breakup. So, what we gonna find out is, whoever this kid is, it was during the breakup. It's gonna be presented to us in a way where it's not like some affair. At least that's the take I'm getting from Angela, because she doesn't want it to be like some baby on the side. She seems to be wanting to present it like, oh, well, we were separated and he had a baby on the side. I don't know, he had a baby on the side. But she wanted to wrap it up a little different and feed it to us a different way. Do what you need to, girl. You married to the man, not us. But clearly it is, and I think that's what her and Brit gonna have their issues about for the rest of the season. Why Porsha put two bop beds for Drew and Angela. What you mean?
The bunk beds.
The bunk bed, but what? Why she what? Because I thought she said she left that for Drew.
Yeah, that was for Drew.
Or why she didn't put Drew and Angela in there? Again, no, you got to treat Angela like grandma. If your mom come into town and you gonna have her, yeah, Angela is grandma.
She's supposed to be younger than Porsha. I'm sorry. if I'm Cynthia and I'm the OG, I'm not in that little attic room with them two new girls. I would feel offended. Look, I'm gonna act like old girl from Love and Marriage Huntsville. What's the little lady name that got offended because Melody put her in that room?
Or what I thought about was Marlo when she didn't like her room in South Carolina.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like Cynthia doesn't have that personality. Yeah, and I feel like I'm kind of similar in the sense, like, I'm not necessarily a room snob. You know, like, now don't get me wrong, when I go out of town, I want nice, you know, you're not going somewhere to go stay in some, you know, like Roach Motel or some, you know, shitty place. But at the same time, listen, I just need it to be clean. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we can get a view, cool. But when you're on vacation, I don't plan on really being here. It needs to be comfortable to sleep, and that I'm not like all of the, you gotta have a bathtub and all. Like, who the hell is spending 3 hours getting themselves in the bath when you on vacation? You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, bye.
But my thing is too, okay, you watch some other shows. I don't. So when the women from we call them Beverly Hills, do they take cast trips? Do they ever have to share rooms like this? They do.
I've seen, yeah, they had like a couple seasons ago, Kyle and Teddy. It was this huge thing because the girls was like making fun of them about they shared a room. And then was kind of like, I don't know, trying to insinuate that maybe they was messing with each other some kind of way, but they good friends. Like, that's another thing. Like, that's not foreign. You know, like, you go out of town with your good girlfriend, y'all get in the same bed. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's humping on nobody. We looking at TV, drinking our drinks, snacking, laughing. And you know, and having girlfriend time. That's what I don't know what's wrong.
So that's what they chose to do.
So this is something Carlos explained, which makes all the sense. You know, like most of the cast have 6 people, and that's not even including whoever the friends of are, right? So they go on a cast trip. It's 6, 7, let's say 8 people going. Generally, you even with Airbnbs, you would know this if you have looked for an Airbnb for 5 or more people. It's hard to get rooms. Now, we're not like how Porsha said, we're not talking about a bed, you know what I mean, or a sleeping situation. It's hard for everybody to get their own room, you know what I like. No, it's not even houses built that way. They call mansions, you know, like, and the mansions usually not Airbnb, huh?
Yeah, but I think they could have did better. I don't think that Cynthia should have been up there. I think Angela should have been there. She's the newbie. She should have been up there. It's her, you know, she said she ain't going through menopause. Go ahead with it. That's what I thought. Maybe it
was a friend of situation too. Like, maybe as a friend of, you don't get a better room than a peach holder. I don't know.
Could be. Maybe so.
That being a peach holder and somebody not will qualify you to have something that they don't have access to, don't you think?
Okay, when you put it that way, yeah. But then you notice, it just seems like when they were all at the dinner table talking, it just seemed like Cynthia just checked out. I said, Cynthia tired. I seen the look on her face. She looked tired. Like, it just seemed like those were the nieces and she's definitely the auntie, right? So it just, I don't know.
This one thing I'm missing out. Y'all tell me how y'all liking Cynthia as friend. One thing I thought about at that time was, I do wish that we could get just a little bit of information about what happened between her and Mike Hill. I mean, it's her business. Clearly she gonna keep it to herself because she's not a full-time cast member. And rightfully so, she's not gonna talk about it because they ain't cutting the check for it. I can't blame her for that either. Okay, can't blame her for that either. But as a nosy YouTuber, I do want to know. Like, I wish wish I could get a little bit of information about that. Say, I don't know why Angela is mad at Porsha, because if a person said, I don't want that person in my birthday party, you follow the rules. Right. No, for real.
Yeah, so, but Angela's
where we at now? They all did that.
Yeah, so then they're everybody has something to say. Well, excuse me, the little mama had something to say about the room in the attic. Talking about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. She was mixing that up with what's the one with Kevin on the Home Alone? Okay.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was a good one though, because when she said it, that I don't listen. I'm telling y'all know I'm 44. I'll be 45 in June. Okay, so make sure y'all ready to hit the Cash App. Make sure y'all like this video too. Speaking up, but as soon as she said it, the little image creeping, like I remember that little image of them, because it did look like that. Because
yes, girl, I went and saw that movie when it first came out.
Yeah, that was a pretty good movie. Yes. I might try to find it and watch it this weekend or something. Like I like stuff like that, and it was funny. Like that's what I'm like. Shit, I forgot all about that movie. And Home Alone, honey, I watch it every Christmas. Home Alone is one. Home Alone 2 is my favorite, but I do watch both of them. I watch both Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2. But those are my classic that I watch.
Christmas Story is my favorite one. That's the one
I've never seen it.
I watched it when it first came out. Went to movies and seen it. And I think I was 10 when it came out. But yeah, I think it was like 82. But anyways. Well, so then, of course, they're at the table and they're talking about Angela. And who walks in? Angela. And she knows they're talking about her. You know how that air in the room be real thick when you know you walking into a room, they've been talking about your ass.
Might have told us on her way in.
But you know, the way they was looking and everything too. So Angela lets them know she invited Drew. And you know, she's trying to build bridges and and everything else with them. And what else we got? Oh shoot, what happened to my thing? Girl, I had YouTube up. Where am I at?
I can see you.
Okay. But then, so the women they go and all get ready to go out. So they're getting all dressed up in their Cowboy Carter outfits and everything. And little mama, which is Kelly, lets it be known that Brit don't have a stylist. So she gonna let her stylist come over and glam her up and everything too. So lets us know that
ain't that girl's tagline about her being pretty and stuff? What you mean she don't have no stylist?
She said pretty and paid.
Okay, go ahead.
Pretty and paid. She know that women gonna try to shade or something like that, but she don't have a stylist.
But you ain't got no stylist.
That goes back to Kenya's confessional, where she said she didn't come in with no name brand fashions or nothing like that, because she wasn't that girl. So I'm thinking so they do the so they get all dressed up and they go out and they ride the mechanical bull. Shamia stayed on the longest and little Kelly stayed on the second longest. Shamia was on there for 51 seconds and Kelly was on there for 49.
And, which I think they cheated though, because the rule is supposed to be you're supposed to only have one hand and one hand has to be up. If you hold, like most people want to hold on with both because you do want to stay on the bull, but I'm saying it's a technicality. Like, yeah, if you win it this way, you really didn't even do it right.
I know little Kelly was holding on.
Yeah, she was trying for a long time to, make sure she kept one hand off.
So they get to talking at the table. By this time, Porsha friends and her sister is there, and Mayetta there, Neil's ex baby mama, and they're talking about
baby mama, poor baby. She done got remarried. Did she have some more kids? And she's still Neil.
No.
Oh, okay.
Neil made her get fixed.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot all about that. That's right. And now he running around. Oh, clown. Okay,
girl,
moving on.
Clown for real.
Yeah, we don't need to. Mayetta is now Mayetta of Real Housewives, the friend of that pop in and out every now and then. We don't even need to reference that man with her no more.
So, what is her husband name? I forgot.
Oh, I can't remember his name either.
Well, Mayetta, the lady who got the school in Africa.
Right.
Okay. So, they're talking and they discuss that Porsha brings up the fact that Angela invites Drew because somebody had asked about Drew, and they had asked whatever, she had brought her up, and she goes, excuse me, oh God, just slipped my mind. Okay, Angela lets them know that they're not, basically, because Porsha started going off and telling her she must got on the wrong wig glue or something. And because this is supposed to be all about me, but we know it's a cast trip. And Angela is doing their bidding.
Right. That's what it is. And Porsha know it, which is, I think, why she's not upset like a person generally would be. Yeah. You know what I mean? If a person did that. But she say, what kind of glue do you have on your MFing head? I thought that was funny because I feel like this is another thing I'm thinking about, Angela. In addition to going through the change, honey, you seem like you a fish out of water. Like with the wigs, I don't know if that's her everyday thing. I'm wondering why she just don't wear her hair, whatever it is she generally does, why she just won't come and do that.
It probably looks better too.
It probably does. Or go find the person, because you right around the people, they all wearing wigs around there. Go see who. That's what Drew had to do. Remember, she came. What can you say? That was a pet on her head. She got.
Drew,
that's what you're supposed to do. Now you get around some people and you see that they know what to do and where to go. Then you need to go find out and ask, so you can be, moseying up on behind them.
Drew's still not going because her confessional hair was a mess.
She's doing much better. She looks a mess a lot because she tried too hard. It's the Contessa. You know what I mean? It is. It's the Contessa. She tries so hard. Like I said, even going back to that purse, to the $5,000 purse. Listen, like I said, I got it on my Amazon storefront. If you want Drew's version or the knockout version of the one that they priced on Real Housewives of Atlanta, you can go over to Amazon and buy you something that looked like it, like Drew did. But now let me stop.
Allegedly.
We can all have it, okay? But that's what I'm saying. Like, even in that scene, that purse, that outfit, you showing up to go sit on Angela Oakley's deck. Where you going with a martini bedazzled purse? Where are you going? That's not appropriate for that.
No.
Here, but you and see and listen. Look, let me just run her down real quick because I guess it's just sitting on the top of my. I guess it's just sitting there, and I be trying to be real nice to Drew, but listen, if she did pay $5,000 for that purse, it's the only thing she paid $5,000 for it, and that's the reason why she couldn't wait to get it out and on the camera. Because again, why the hell are you carrying that bag into Angela Oakley's house to go sit on her deck? Why? You could go get. This is how you know she ain't got nothing else. You ain't got a Chanel. You don't have a Birkin. You don't. Everyday bag. An everyday bag. You don't have one of them? Where are you going, girl? Where? Where's your scooter, girl?
I just was watching that this weekend.
Where's your scooter, girl? Yes, honey, Contessa. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, she is Contessa 2.0. Contessa cannot dress to save her life because she tries too hard and she missed the mark. Drew is the same way. You miss it. That's what I said. But like, here's the thing: she getting better quality. See, before when Drew first was introduced to her, it was low budget, right? Like, where did y'all find this girl, honey? And we talking low budget, like when Housewives first came on, that budget, right? That budget. I bet you all the girlies on Shamia can't afford high-end. Well, correct. Which that's why I said Drew gives knockoff. Like, I don't look at Drew and think, listen, and the only person who should have it seemed to be Shamia, because her lifestyle match up with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way. That's what I'm saying. The stuff Drew going through right now, you just got finished arguing with your soon-to-be ex-husband about paying $100 for the exterminator, and you popping around the streets of Atlanta going to Angela Oakley's house for a nightcap on the deck with a $5,000 martini glass purse? That don't make no sense.
Girl, she got to show it off for the camera, girl.
That's my point. So that's why I said, which here, well, now, so look, like I said, I'm going to take it back. She might did pay for it. Maybe that is real, because clearly you had to let the production know too. Why is it that they put that on? But production be shady as hell. They know you broke. They know you the knockoff queen. That's what they doing, honey. They be playing with the housewives right in their face. They be playing with y'all right in y'all face. Like I said, unless you told them how much you paid, unless you walked in the scene like, y'all see my $5,000 bag? Because why did they put that on there?
Same reason why they put that Uber up there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shamia's life, it adds up. So yeah, but even that, Shamia not finna pull that out her closet to go sit on Angela Oakley's back porch.
No. Yeah,
like, come on now. Come on. Drew, you got to do better. Do you think that Shamia would be a good fit on Beverly Hills? No. And I do have to do my Beverly Hills video. I will get it up. As a matter of fact, I might try to make sure I get it tomorrow. But no. We Bose is fine, and she's fine to stay. But we don't need any other women of color going on over there. Like leave it alone. The reason why I'm serious, because here's the thing. That's what I feel like. This is what Garcelle was.
Let me ask you a question. Is Bose foreign?
She is. They are. Yeah. Okay. So Garcelle is Haitian, and Bozema is African. By descent, right?
So they assimilate that way.
Right. Well, yes. At that's number one. And so that's what I mean. So while Garcelle has had such a hard time on her 3 years, 5 years, however long it's been, because even though she's Haitian, and she's been, she's connected to the issues of people of color, right? So she comes in and she is just aware. She was clocking those girls from the moment she got there, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes that's okay, right? Some people need to know, but that makes you a problem. Well, then with her being her being outcasted, Sutton comes in. Sutton just used the proximity of being next to Garcelle for what that's worth, right? Not only just because they needed an ally too, because nobody like Sutton. However, I'm just saying Beverly Hills is not the place for for us to go and think that we're going to educate, it's like the New York Housewives when Ebony K. Williams went over there. Nobody asked you to come and educate those people. Those people been living those lives the way that they've been living like that. And when you have a certain amount of money, like the 1%, 3%, whatever percent, you high enough up there to where you can afford to be in some bubble that doesn't include the rest of whatever, like that's going on. Because your lifestyle, just work, it doesn't come up in your lifestyle at all. I'm not saying it's okay to be ignorant to anything, but what I'm saying is that I'm okay with us not being in every space. I know that doesn't mean we exist, but do we need any more of us on Beverly Hills Housewives? Absolutely not. Because what we can't do is have those girls, like, we can't send our people over there for those girls to come and attack them the way that they do. We can't. I'm glad Garcelle left, but that's what we'll be talking about on my review. Okay, I was supposed to say that quicker than I did. But that's what we're gonna be talking about. But yeah, so no, as far as to go back to that answer, no, Shamia does not. Just because she has money that's similar to theirs doesn't mean she needs to be over there. And actually, you can tell from Shamia that no, because who Shamia is to her core, money aside, is not gonna fit in with them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's not gonna fit in with them. Yeah, so Bozema is fine to stay over there. Yeah, I like Bozema. She a little, and maybe her and Garcelle should, but I'm fine with her staying over there. And I'm fine, and it was time for Garcelle to leave, because no, they don't see it for you. Yep. Okay, let's move on to the rest of what we got to get to for this episode.
So they're at the table
like that. Sorry, honey. I think what was it called? The Ladies of London, right? Yeah, for Caroline was on there. If you saw Real Housewives of Dubai, Caroline was on Dubai, but she had previously been on Ladies of London. Go ahead. I watch too much TV.
So they're talking about what's going on with the problem or the issue with Porsha and Drew. And they bring up the fact that Drew was doing, hanging out with whoever she's hanging out with or whatever. And then somebody throws up the fact that, Drew is giving him fellatio.
Mm-hmm. Let's back up real quick. Do anybody find it strange? Because Kelly asked Porsha before we got into that particular conversation, asked Porsha, does she feel different about celebrating her birthdays now she's going through the divorce with Simon? And so she's like, yeah, it's a little different. I thought to myself, like, is it me? Am I being insensitive? So just drop in the comments and let me know. But Porsha, you was only married to this man for 3 years. Like, it was not a big chunk of your life. I'm not saying that going through a divorce, and then furthermore, just to add insult to injury, like, you at this point don't even know who it is you married. So that should make it even easier to kind of like do your detachment, because it's not even like you really are trying to separate from this person that you know, because it turns out you really don't know who you're married to. Right, yeah. They need to investigation Discovery Channel needs to revamp who the bleep did I marry and get her on. But yeah, so I found myself thinking, like, and listen, maybe, like I say, we know she came back when she was still married. She did think that the story would be different. But even with this, maybe she is not milking it. So maybe, because I felt like maybe it seemed like she was milking it when she was like, well, it's a little hard, we usually travel together. My birthday's on the 22nd, his is on the 2nd, and it was just like, what is that supposed, like, it was 3 years, barely, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, it's not that deep. Am I being insensitive or what?
I didn't think it was 3 years.
Okay, see, less than that probably. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like you was like this 10-year, you know what I mean, like marriage or something. Like, girl, you should be like, oh, girl, I'm just ready to get this over with. Like, that's that should be the attitude, honey. And at this point, you probably should be a pro at it. That's your second one. Let me stop. But yeah, so I just wanted to put that in back. So the ball drops or the bomb drops, and
He wants the money. Yeah.
I guess that's what's gonna lead to Drew getting up and walking out next week. Because maybe once she comes sit down, somebody gonna ask her about it. I think, Drew, listen, it's all for TV. Drew knew what it was. Drew knew that was going to happen. That's the reason why she in my funky fool-la line over there with, Dennis in the first place. It's the, and which to Porsha's credit, even though it's funny that I see people on the internet trying to say that Porsha is drawing this out between her and Drew. I don't see it that way. I think it's Drew, and I think Porsha really is just kind of like whatever, because she see it for what it is, so she's not wanting to feed into it. What do you think?
I think like Cynthia think in her confessional. I think it's a lot. Yeah, I feel like she's a little bothered by it. I feel like I don't know. I just feel like
shouldn't she be bothered though? Like, that's what I'm confused about. Like, even though, like, I guess the argument is that she got married to Simon, so she shouldn't really, care about what it is he's doing. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I do think it's principle and loyalty, to be quite honest. If you my friend,
are they friends for real?
Let's just say you move into the neighborhood. I take you in, start showing you the wigs to get, give you a stylist, get your little stuff together.
It didn't work.
Around and you start, playing with my kid's dad. Like, it don't matter if it's if I want to be with him or not. It's more looking at you like, girl, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's your loyalty? Where's your, something? And so I wouldn't fool with her either.
So you don't think she should do any music with Dennis at all?
I don't know. Now listen, I'm not saying that she shouldn't do music with him. I think she did not take care of the business. She didn't handle that situation properly, which is why it looked as messy as it does. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, because again, if you would have went to her the right way, she picked you out from your bootstraps and gave you a good wig to put on.
Which one?
You think that, but I'm saying
you think good.
Oh, this was a while ago when I first noticed she was an ambassador for Go Naked Hair. But no, the wig was good. That Go Naked Hair looked good to me. But
of course, I ain't seen nothing look good on Drew.
No. That's strange. You so hard on Drew. Like, it sounds like I'm the one, but you so hard on Drew. Geez.
Her wigs like caliber. Maybe it's the one she picks out. It just don't.
But no, like I said, if I was Porsha, I wouldn't fool with the girl either. I'm like that. You know what I mean? Like, and even just me as a single woman, I have friends who, have husbands. I might have numbers of their husbands. Generally, we're not. Kyle and Dorit on Housewives kind of had this same kind of situation going on about texting the husband and stuff. Like, some of that stuff, and it's not even about like close enough friends. Sometimes you just cross the line and you need to keep it, you know what I'm saying, like a straight line so that nothing ever gets misconstrued. You know what I mean? Like, ever. Especially where a single woman is involved. You know what I mean? So I just think Drew is messy. Drew is an actress. She needs support. So that's what I'm saying. She knew that. She even said it to Angela in this episode about what did she say? She said she had a conversation with Porsha. That's just what y'all was talking about that first episode, is that y'all didn't have a conversation. But you see how Drew is going on, and she's presenting this situation as if it's something that I don't understand why Porsha's mad. Because even if Dennis had brought it to Porsha, that's not the person who's supposed to bring it to me. It's you, bitch. Like, it's you. Like, you, yeah, I don't bring you into my personal space and then you go start fooling off with my kid's daddy. No.
It just lets me know that they're, this is all for show.
Yeah.
Because they're not friends for real.
No, that's true. That's true.
You don't never see, see Porsha and Drew in any Instagram pictures at all.
Oh, for sure.
So,
for sure. Yeah. Well, it was a business. It was a business deal. Porsha, the way I saw it when Drew came in, Porsha saw somebody who you got the things, you just don't have the things, right? So let me help you with that, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's what Porsha was being a good sis.
Mm-hmm.
Let me help you, girl. Especially once we saw your husband running circles around your butt, playing tricks with your man. Girl, let me let you know who the hell you are. Let me help you figure that out. Your doggone sister half crazy. Yeah, somebody got to remind you who the hell you are. Come on over here, girl. And that's what I'm saying.
You think Porsha did all that?
Well, I'm saying, when I say for her to bring her in as an ambassador for her company, yes, I think that was to help her out in more ways than one. Probably put a little money in your pocket and give you access to some good wigs. With the money in your pocket, you get some access to some good clothes or some better clothes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she because before then, Drew was homely. Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm saying she's still giving knockoff, but I mean, at least she giving knockoff and not dupe.
She's giving before she was giving Wish, now she's giving Sheen.
Right. Okay. We getting somewhere. Okay. She was the perfect marriage the same way Shamia. She's just jealous because she wanted to marry luxury and the husband. I don't like using the word jealous between Porsha and Shamia. I think that naturally human nature, Porsha feels some type of way her story didn't go the way she expected it. Anybody would be salty about it. That if she anything, she's salty. And it's a salty place to be. She has the right to be salty. But I don't think she's jealous of Shamia about her money. I think more so it's just the dynamics of their friendship are changing, and that's a problem too. That's hard for people. Sometimes people don't make it through those types of transitions. And so hopefully, like I said before, and I'm gonna say it.
Wait a minute. You said you think the dynamic of their friendship is changing?
The power, yeah. So
you talking about for TV?
Shamia and Porsha.
But for TV, because right in real life it probably never changed. She came in and did a job on.
Yeah. Well, even in real life, because at this point, Shamia is being thrusted as that, as a peach holder. So the dynamic of their relationship. So now, listen, Shamia not showing up to BravoCon as a +1. Shamia has an invite, her own invite. Well, what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. At this, so it changed the dynamic of her with Porsha. You being the sidekick. You're not the sidekick anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm thinking about just for the show. Because she played the role, but I'm talking about outside of this Bravo celebrity thing. Shamia probably was always who Shamia is. And
Porsha, yeah, I agree with that. So, I agree with that. Oh, for 1,000, I agree Shamia is who she is. I don't think I'm just saying that, and that's why I say I don't think Porsha is necessarily jealous of her. I think we just seeing a transition in their friendship happen, and I'm hoping that they make it through. Like I'm not about to put none of that on their friendship because I think Shamia is a damn good friend. Yeah. And you know, whether Porsha's been one back to her or not is to be said. Maybe she'll have the opportunity to be a good friend to her. But I know how hard good friends are to come by. So when you got one, you hold on to it. You know, like you don't let her go, you know, for some silly stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying. Hopefully, because it is a shift that's bigger than them. You know what I mean? Like in the way that they go about the way they move in the future. You know what I mean? Like that might pose a problem for Porsha more so than Shamia. You know what I mean? But again, I hope that they make it through and that this is just a, you know, one of those little put it in the little cap or whatever, little jewel in the cap. Is that the saying? And then we see them continue to be friends because they've been friends for a very long time before we knew any of them, and it would break my heart
because their mothers are friends
to see something happen to that friendship and to this show.
I said their mothers were friends.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you know, like that stuff, like good people are hard to come by. You don't toss them out. And I think that Porsha probably has her qualities that makes her somebody beneficial to keep in, you know, Shamia's life. Like say, just because we don't see it in the way that we think we should doesn't mean it don't exist, you know. Yeah. I know. Oh, right, I got you. I knew you were talking about Porsha. So yeah, so I guess we're gonna see about this little fellatio because I guess now it's just whatever.
Oh,
you know, everybody.
Okay. Oh, we forgot to mention that not Brit, but Drew, she hasn't arrived yet because she's celebrating with her sister about their record deal. With
she didn't say deal though. She said we was offered a contract.
Yeah, contract. Yeah, with Connect Records or somebody.
Yeah,
but
I don't know what that means.
But I was like, Drew don't have any friends. She just got her sister.
Would you be Drew friend? She can't even buy her own bottle.
What else I had to say there? Yeah, Drew don't have.
This is what I wanted to mention.
Except her sister / mama.
What I said earlier at the top of the show, y'all, I said something happened in this episode that I feel like probably vindicated Kenya in some way. And so we'll see what her story with the network and what her future is with Real Housewives of Atlanta. We'll see how that plays out. But when the girls did go to get to the house, Brit and Kelly are sharing a room, right? They in the room. Well, Brit got her the stylist.
Kelly.
Brit makes a statement and says, "I brought my locks in case these bitches or in case they want to act funny. One or the other. I might be putting 20 on 10 saying these bitches."
She said her locks?
Yeah, she said I brought locks. I brought my locks.
What's that?
So now, and that's funny that nobody else is clocking that, but nobody because it's a back in the day thing. I don't think the kids are carrying locks around to
you know put them in a sock.
Huh?
To put them in a sock or something?
Yeah, you either in the sock or you have it to hit somebody. Okay. Yes, it's to fight. Yeah, like it's to fight. And
I thought
she meant what I'm saying, like that it's on brand with Brit because Brit has already told us about her bullying in school and everybody was always trying to fight her. So because that would be why, like, because that's the first question. Why would somebody do that? Generally, it's somebody who's trying to get bullies off of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like that wasn't a thing that somebody, just did, but it was because they knew they was going to have to fight somebody that they needed to. Yes.
She planned on having a sock party with Angela then.
But that's but what I'm saying about that is the Watch What Happens video where Andy is talking about doing a weapons investigation. Even in Kenya's video, which I I agree with her. She's like, well, because I think we talked about it. Like I said, I would want to know what that investigation looked like, because if you did a day later, what do? You just ask her and she says no, and that's it. See, and like I said about the terminology in the first place, nobody talks like that unless they have a piece on them. Nobody's going around telling you, I got my piece in the whip, if they don't have a piece in the whip. Like, nobody's doing that. Like, what? But Andy can't clock it because you and not, and see, and the same thing about the lock. You know what I'm saying? See, like, that's something, because, and that's, I got a YouTube now where I say, hey, Siri, play I'm So Hood, because that's an inner city thing, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't necessarily, it's a hood thing to mention out of your mouth, which says, like I said, so she carry pistols, and she carry, so now you know you can't have no pistols, so now you got locks. You know what I mean? Again, maybe it's different because she didn't say that directly to anybody in the way that the whole I got my piece in the car and a pistol and all of that, the way that came out. However, I going with the Kenya now. See, this is where Kenya and me can spiral out of control, because it is the principle of that girl said that she had something and she did. Because here we are seeing her talk about something else. And it's like I said, it's on brand, because she's always felt like she had to defend herself. That is a defensive move, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, girl. So I'm like, that's why I said, and for me, it proved that's why Brit shouldn't have been there either. I don't know. Listen, what do you think about that? What do you think? Did you catch that in or did you not even think? You didn't even know what she meant?
I didn't. You know what? I'm not hood like that, so I just assumed. And plus, she's younger, so I just assumed she was talking about somebody stealing some shit, girl. I ain't even lying. It went here, because when we talked about stuff like that, we used to call it sock parties, and that was something that happened when I was in military. You know, so throwing locks in your socks, but I never.
And doing what with them after you put them in your sock?
Yeah, you gonna wear somebody else with it.
Right. But, it ain't like, let's say, like, you ain't just throwing locks in the sock. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, as a matter of fact, Homie the Clown, ain't that where the little sock thing?
No, I was in the military.
He didn't have locks in it. I mean, of course, he didn't have locks in his sock. But I'm talking about, the sock, that thing. But so I just, like I said, it's not.
Girl, she's talking about the things that she's talking about. To me, she seems awful young for that age range. But like I said, I guess I ain't hood like that, because I don't know nobody.
That's why I said, I thought about her talking about her bullying experience and stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like, that sounds like where you would go because of all of that. And I agree with you. It's old, tired, and late. Because again, anybody sitting around 37, pushing 40, you're not talking about having no locks for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is juvenile in high school. You did that because you had to walk back and forth to school every day. I ain't never had to carry no locks. But what I'm saying is, I've heard of it like that. Like, I went to school in Chicago. Like, yeah. You talking about? There was a certain point where the high schools. By the time I was getting ready to go to high school, the high school I went to didn't have metal detectors, but a lot of inner city high schools had metal detectors at that, for these reasons. People put razor blades in the middle, in between, so like yes, honey, people will
just now they're just now getting metal detectors here.
This year, but that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about inner city, though. And that's what I mean. We talking.
This is inner city, huh? It's inner city schools here in Fort Wayne. They just now doing it now.
Yeah, it's Fort Wayne.
But still, girl, we the
I
second
know,
biggest.
I know the technical term is considered in the city, but I am talking, or maybe metro, maybe it's another word that describes what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, because where that girl grow up in South Central, because that would sound like something that would be going on.
I think she's from Atlanta.
Oh, okay. I don't know why she was scared, but I guess it got bad there too, honey.
I don't know.
Maybe I felt like that vindicated Kenya in some way, at least improving a character thing about that girl. And in the sense of, it's no way you did a thorough investigation because of the time frame and because how else you gonna prove it? But this verbiage would prove intent, if nothing else. Because again, even if you, like she say, well, I didn't have a gun on me, even if you was lying about it, excuse me, a pow, but even if you was lying about it, then you were wanting to intimidate a person, which I would think that's workplace intimidation, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that. No. That was the funny part of Kenya's video. When she say, you can't go to your job like, hey, Joe, F you, Joe. You don't know me, Joe. And when she not lying, though. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can't just go into your job. Like, everybody who works know that. Everybody got somebody they work with that they can't stand. You just can't walk up to that person and go cuss them out because you felt like it today. You are going to be without a job.
I think Brit needs to be on Zeus.
That's what I said. I said that on Empire today. I said now that we verified she carried pistols, whips, and locks. I think that she's a shoe-in for them over there at Baddies. Right?
Yes.
That seemed to be the requirement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Get on over there with them, honey. And like I said, and we'll take Mia. Fine. Mia, clean up this stuff with your kids and their paternity. But I'll take you back over here. We must be desperate because I sure didn't want to see you again on Real Housewives of Potomac. Oh yeah, guess what? This is a little tea I got from Empire. Also, is Real Housewives of Potomac is filming. They supposedly started filming today, y'all.
Yeah.
So Mia is gone. Of course, that's filming without Karen. So I mean,
who's all back then?
So I know that they said Stacey is. I'm guessing everybody else, because there hasn't been anything else come out to say, nothing.
But is Candace coming back?
No, and no Candace. Candace is not coming back. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Y'all welcome, honey. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so I can keep giving you a little more.
Is Robin coming back?
Don't want Robin. Please, Robin, stay wherever you are. I don't want it. I don't want to see it. I don't care what's going on with her and why.
I think she got some kind of spa, don't she?
I don't even care about that. Whatever she's doing, I hope that she's doing well with it. I don't even listen to their podcast. Like, no, I don't want to see her.
Well, that's
Love Island is gonna come out. Are we gonna think about reviewing that?
Oh, that starts on the 27th, on it?
I think so. We'll let y'all know.
Yeah.
We'll let y'all know.
Oh, so that'll come on right after RHOA. So yeah, I guess so.
What do you rate the episode? Kevin, thanks for hanging out with us. Kevin rated number 8. He rated it an 8. That's a pretty good rating. Okay, so that means you enjoyed the episode. I think, you know what? I would say this. I feel like I gave it between the 6 and the 7. Just because I'm excited for the trip. I do think that every time they have girls' trips, they always have a good time. I like to see that. And not for nothing, like with them being in Nashville, it kind of gave me a spark to go say, oh, I'm 3-4 hours from Nashville. Why the hell haven't I drove to Nashville before?
It's nice.
To Nashville.
It's nice. It's real nice.
So right. That's what. So I said, okay, I might actually plan to go. I might actually plan to go to Huntsville, Alabama to Black. I might do that.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna see. I've been thinking about that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, right. Just because again, that's 6 hours. It's in the vicinity. Why not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Nashville is really nice.
So, and like I said, so I will be making my rounds there. What else? Oh, it was something else about oh yeah. Where did they have to go? What, like, because I'm thinking if they flew from Atlanta, why? Or was she exaggerating their time frame in the car? Because why is it that you would have gotten a car and had to drive somewhere 3 more hours? Ain't no way they flew.
I thought they drove an hour away from maybe the airport.
Okay, maybe so. Because that's why I was like, I know damn well y'all ain't get on a plane from Atlanta and not land in Nashville. Like, that didn't make no sense. Well, all right, guys. Well, that's what we got.
Yes,
I'm rating about a 6 or 7. What you rating? I guess I'm gonna do a 7. I'm gonna do 7.
I'll do a 6.
You doing 6? Okay.
Yes,
all right. So
I gotta go back and watch her walk like this.
Girl. Oh my God.
Cause you know what? I was confused. That's when she had them boots on, right? And I said, what is making that noise?
You don't pick them damn feet up, girl. And like I said, you too tall, you too statuesque for that. Like, girl, that's what I mean. Like, you gonna tell us to keep telling us what size you are. I'm 6 feet. I got a size 12. Baby, you don't stand like it. Pick them feet up off the ground. Honey, if I walk so hard, listen, honey, you can't tell me nothing the way I walk with my head up here. I think I'm 6 feet tall. That girl, honey, she slid them shoes and I was like, oh, no. I'm
gonna go back just so I can watch it. Because I kept thinking, what is that noise?
Angela, honey, she is on the struggle bus. And what makes it so bad is Cynthia, for her to be like way older than her, like, we got to get Angela some help. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Cynthia's about 15 years older than her.
Angela is literally the grandma.
Girl, she the granny.
That's, yeah, like,
granny. Because Cynthia is 58.
Cynthia better know she got it. Okay.
Yes,
like, because yes, honey, like, you 50, I think she closer to 60 today. She what, 57?
She 58.
Okay, right. That's what I'm saying. She closer to 60 today. Yeah. And baby, that damn Angela Uncle honey is like
43.
And she moving around like that's what she's supposed to be.
That's why Porsha calls her she's 55. You see, there was a she did something on social media. She said, "Who said I was 60 years old?"
You act like it,
girl.
Maybe it's on Charles Oakley. Maybe that's because she
I think so.
With him. Yeah,
old man.
He older, so you doing a lot of like I don't know. Maybe, honey, we got to get her some help, and we got to get her some help like really soon. Really, really soon. But Brit is a no-go. Again, I guess we're gonna see what they gonna bring back and forth. I do like Angela though, like even though I'm saying she slew, dragging them feet all the way around where she go all over Atlanta. I do like her as the
I like her. She's clocking in.
Yeah, she getting in where she fit in.
She clocking in and calling out the lies, Drew.
So I'm here for it. I don't like Brit. Like I say, even with Drew, play those little games. But like I said, it's kind of like the Mia of it all. Like, I think you do need somebody that just play games. You know what I mean? Like, so that stuff do stay a little bit interesting. So that's why.
So what is the character that Brit is trying to do?
Brit is trying to be the villain. Funny, but that's the funny thing about Like you could have always been the villain. The villain did because Kenya surely wasn't coming in as like in that capacity.
She wasn't coming in hot at all.
Yeah, right. She surely was not coming in that capacity. And the way Brit is showing up, the way she snapped at Angela last week, the way she, I thought that was boastful. What Drew said. Well, you see, clearly she's not here. Read the room. What the fuck is read the room? I'm with Angela on that night. Who the hell you think you talking to? Read the room, girl.
The girl.
So can you even read? Why you telling me to read a room?
Girl.
Speaking of reading, no, let me stop. Speaking of reading, lady. But yeah, so like I said, with her, the attitude she bringing, you want to be that one. But that's the thing about being the it girl, honey. You got to have the I and the T. It don't work with one or the other. You got to have the I and the T. And baby, she ain't got it. She ain't got it.
She ain't got it. She ain't got it.
She ain't got it. She ain't got it.
Girl, have you seen all the names that the people been calling her? They've been calling her Bartholomew. They call her it's a long list of names that start with a B for Brit. Girl.
What, just another name?
Girl, yes. They just been giving her all kind of names all across these different vloggers. Girl, it's so funny when they start naming her. But one girl in my group, she went through all the list of names that they call her. I'm like, somebody goes, I didn't realize they were doing that. If you listen to a lot of people on YouTube, you hear them all. They'll start clicking, calling her different names. But yeah, Brittany ain't it.
No, she not. Yeah. She not. And you doing too much. You're doing too much. I don't and again, never did I think I would be taking up for Kenya, especially in this situation, because when it all happened, I really didn't even look any further into it. I thought Kenya got what she asked for, because you know what I mean? Because Kenya pulled stunts, and so it caught up with you. And ultimately, that is exactly what happened. Not changing it. But like I said, I never thought I would necessarily be taken up for her, because I do see a problem with this girl and the way that she is behaving and being reckless with the things that she's being reckless about. I know the name of the game is to get under people's skin, but that violent stuff, nobody playing with that. Nobody playing with that. We too old for that. Like you said, take that over to Zeus. Go somewhere.
Go ahead, Betty. So I would say Brit
and not for nothing, she probably would fit in way better there, because that's what you think you are already, is a baddie. Right? So get on up there. Go put a couple locks in the socks and knock some of them girls across the head. They do it. They like it.
Girl, did you get a hold of somebody like Tasiki or whatever the rest of them girls They better knock their head off.
Lord.
They be like, this ain't Hollywood. This for real. This real life. We gutter over here.
Gutter, honey.
But okay, that's it. That's all.
That's all we got for the show. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we do another live. We go live every Monday night so that we can recap Real Housewives of Atlanta. So join us back here next Monday. And we might go live on Friday. We've kind of been throwing in. Oh, and Sundays. Sunday. So yeah, that's what we did. We went live Friday with our weekly wrap up, because the holiday was this past Sunday, so we didn't do a live this Sunday. But that's why you need to be subscribed, so that if we have to switch up anything like that, you get a notification.
Yes.
How that work? You don't miss out on nothing, right?
Yes.
But yeah, thanks for joining us. Housewives is picking up. And we'll see what they got next week.
Hope they be a little bit more spicy.
I mean, we'll get into the.
I know it works its way up.
Something should, should pop.
Something should.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Well, that's all right. See you guys later.
Bye bye. Good night. Have a good rest of your week.
Yeah, you too.